Joe Goldie, Certified Financial Planner from Highland Financial Advisors. Welcome back to our series on helping newly independent women gain financial freedom. If you're new to the series, I invite you to hit the subscribe button down below to get notified every time we release a video just like this one. So today I want to talk a little bit about the hidden danger that happens post-divorce. This is something that sneaks up on a lot of people, and I want to make sure it doesn't happen to you. So we're going to go through 3 things that'll help you avoid this hidden danger. And what that is actually overspending right after the divorce is complete. This is something that a lot of people don't think about, but in my practice and a lot of the research and what I've read, this is a very common occurrence, especially for the spouse, the person who is receiving alimony or getting a lump sum through the settlement. So, post-divorce, a lot of emotions are being felt. It could be feelings of being very happy that it's over, sadness that it's now complete and you're now on your own, or something in between. But whatever emotion you're feeling, for a lot of people, that causes us to overspend. You want to go out there and either celebrate if you're feeling really happy about the divorce being over, or try to comfort yourself by spending if you're not feeling so great and you're in a place of sadness. And I want to avoid, what I would like you to avoid is really that temptation to overspend. So there's 3 ways to avoid that. Again, especially if you're the person receiving alimony or a large lump sum through the settlement, you can feel very wealthy just post-divorce. It could be a large sum of money that you're coming into. What we have to realize, and what a lot of people fail to realize, is that money now has to last you for a period of time, could potentially your lifetime. Alimony, most of the time, does have an end date on that. One of the first ways to counteract overspending post-divorce is creating what I call a fun money account. And the whole idea here is to have a certain amount earmarked, dedicated, set aside for just having fun and bringing you joy and happiness, however that may be. For some people, it's going out, buying a new wardrobe. For other people, it may be traveling, either alone or maybe with your children or friends and family. Whatever it is that brings you joy, that fun money account is money that is set aside specifically for that purpose. And by having that set amount, it really helps you avoid overspending. If you don't have that set amount, it's very easy to overspend on all of these things. But if you know you have that there and that's the purpose, that is the idea behind the fun money account. So that's the first way to kind of counteract overspending. The second is really kind of having a very detailed cash flow and going through, now post-divorce, what your income and expenses are going to look like, and really kind of trying to project out what that's going to look like maybe after alimony ends as well. So again, right after a divorce, you're coming in potentially to a large sum of money. It could be a lump sum. Alimony could be a combination of both, plus child support if you're the spouse receiving these. And it is very easy to say, wow, I'm flush with cash right now, and not really be thinking 5-10 years down the road. So when you go through your cash flow, and we have a very simple, easy to use cash flow template that I'll put a link to in the bottom of my video here in the comments down below. That's all you need. Something very easy to use that outlines all of your income sources and all of your expenses. Here's the best part. If you just finished a divorce and you're in New Jersey, most states require this. In New Jersey, we have something called a case information statement, or CIS. One of the requirements of filling out the CIS is to have all of your income and expenses laid out in detail. So chances are 90% of your cash flow is already completed through that CIS exercise that you just had to go through during the divorce. So that should help. So cash flow, having that cash flow detailed and in front of you and projecting out is really important. That's number 2 to help you from overspending. The third is, I'm a little biased, but I think working with a certified financial planner is incredibly important. So you can have friends and family, or you can maybe try to do it on your own, but post-divorce, when you're analyzing your cash flow or a weekly or monthly budget, you really want that third-party, unbiased opinion to kind of rely on. You want that advice to help guide you and look for areas that you may not be thinking about. Certain expenses go up when you are now single. Cell phone bills, auto insurance, these things you're getting a discount when you have multiple people on the plan. Now that you're alone, some of these expenses are increasing, and it's important to know that. The other part of working with a CFP, a financial advisor, is to help build out your emergency fund and to help have a strategy to tackle any debt that you may have post-divorce. Really important. Some other things that I see very often with people that I work with are, somebody usually wants to stay in the marital home. There's a lot of emotional ties to that, and especially if you have children, as a parent, you really feel that you want to give them that continuity of keeping the home going. Financially, it could be a risk to you, and you really have to think long and hard about all of those expenses that go with maintaining and operating a home on an ongoing basis. This is where a CFP can really be beneficial. Does it make sense financially to keep the marital home? And one of the best things that you can do for your children is to be financially secure yourself, and that's really important. Something else that a lot of people don't realize is that in the year that you become divorced, whatever your marital status is on December 31st of that year, that is how you're filing your taxes. So in the year of your divorce, you're no longer married filing jointly. You're now filing either as an individual person or head of household, whichever applies. And that changes your tax brackets, and it could mean an increase in the amount of taxes that you're paying. So that's also something to be aware of. To recap, the 3 ways to help from overspending, and again, this really is a hidden danger that a lot of people don't really even think about, but I see it time and time again with people that I work with, is overspending post-divorce. So how do we counteract that overspending? Have a fund money account that is dedicated for spending money on only yourself and having a good time post-divorce and helping to kind of alleviate stress and bring joy. The second is go through your cash flow. Know where you stand from an income and expense standpoint, and do your best to try to project out a few years, post-alimony. If you're receiving alimony, you want to know when that income goes away, how am I going to make up that shortfall? So having a good cash flow, very accurate. And then the third is working with a certified financial planner. Very important to have that unbiased advice and a trained professional looking out for your best interest and looking where those financial risks may be. So I hope that helps. See you next time.